Y'all, I think the holidays trying to fight us.
Trying. Baby, they done already jumped us.
Yes, they have. Look at this list. We got 4 holiday parties, 3 family dinners, and 2 gift exchanges.
And a partridge in the picture that we didn't even ask for.
Nah, we didn't. So, visionary, if your holiday calendar look like this, stay right there because we gonna help you get your peace back.
Yep. This year we will not be bullied by the holiday.
No, we won't. We coming out fighting. Not today, Santa.
Not today.
Roll that intro. What's up, visionary?
What's good?
Welcome to another episode of Visions of Love and Relationships. I'm Tonya, and I'm joined by my wonderful husband,
Lamont.
and we hope you're doing well as usual. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to like, comment, share, going through our Rolodex of videos.
Yeah.
Get familiar with us. For those of you who are coming back.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Mhm.
And welcome back.
Yep. So, in relationships, starting from dating all the way to marriage and beyond the vows. Okay. So, we know the holidays are supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. But it's not. And we know it's not.
So that's what brings us to the topic of today. Today we wanted to talk about how to avoid the holiday resentment
Mm-hmm.
and stay 3 steps to stay connected as a couple.
Yes. Very well said, baby. Again, supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but let's be real. For a lot of couples, it becomes the busiest, the messiest, and the most overwhelming time instead.
Yep, you got the work parties, family dinners, church functions. Everybody wants something from you.
Yeah, everybody want a little piece, right? So we be running on fumes.
Yeah, we do.
So again, today we're going to give you a simple 3-step system that's going to help you protect your energy and your relationship during the holidays. Because real talk, you should not be entering this new year, 2026, irritated at each other over a calendar.
Over the holiday.
You know, I remember, Lamont, one Christmas season where we said yes to everything.
Yeah.
Baby, we were everywhere except with each other. And one night, we looked at each other like, did we even enjoy this?
Yeah, I remember that. We were exhausted, not feeling the holidays. We were just exhausted. And that's when we knew, man, we can't keep doing holidays like this.
Yeah. So let's start by understanding the real problem behind all the holiday chaos.
The real problem is
the holidays come with the silent pressure to show up everywhere, and people don't talk about how heavy that actually gets.
Yep. When your calendar is full, but your connection is empty, that's when resentment starts to creep in.
Yeah, you start feeling like roommates instead of lovers. And instead of the holiday cheer, now you got a holiday attitude.
Yeah. I remember one year my phone was blowing up nonstop. Notifications, texts, invites. And I remember thinking to myself, everybody wants a piece of us. But when will we have time for us?
Yeah, and y'all, I'm not proud to say that I snapped on them over something tiny like who was picking up the gift bags, and it had absolutely nothing to do with him. I was overwhelmed and didn't know how to say it. And that's what this whole system is about, making sure you never feel that way again. So let's jump into step 1, the part that changes everything.
So the first step is called Mastering the Calendar Audit. It sounds fancy, but it's a simple one shared digital calendar that both partners can see and edit in real time.
That's nice. Everything goes in it. Every event, we talking every errand, every I just said yes because I felt bad. even your personal downtime.
Yeah. And this goes for both visual, no surprises, no silent frustration.
Yeah, it's gonna give you both that full visibility. And here's where the magic happens. We use colors. We got the green for couples time, red is for obligations, gold stars for absolute must go events, and make that yellow for errands.
Yeah.
Story time. The first time Lamont and I did this, I realized I actually booked us for 3 events, right?
Yeah.
And that was back to back on a Saturday. No wonder we were worn out. Yeah. Once we saw it on the calendar, we were like, oh yeah, this ain't happening. Now, for the part that really frees you up, deciding what's and what goes.
Yeah, because all events you can't. So this rule right here is what saves our insanity. This rule right here is what will save your insanity.
Yes. And it's everything on the calendar becomes one or two things. Number one, a must go, or number two, a can miss.
And here's the thing: must go events are the ones that truly matter. Your partner's dinner, your parents' dinner, work obligations, and something you already
events. Listen, you're not being rude, you being wise. You know, the random co-workers, the ugly sweater at the party, or the fourth holiday function, your cousin who don't even come to your stuff. Skip it. I remember one time we spent the entire evening at an event we didn't even want to be at. Yeah. And truth be told, when we left, we said,
we ain't doing this again.
Why are we doing this too? To ourselves. That was the last year. We let that guilt drive our decisions. We couldn't do that no more. Yeah. So after that, it was a wrap for that.
And now that you know what you need to let go of, let's talk about what must stay.
And this is step 2. This step right here is sacred. Set aside one night a week or a whole weekend day just for the two of you. You and your partner.
No guilt, no rescheduling, no just one event.
Nope. When couples time is sacred, everything else gotta work around it. Yeah. And it's not about doing it all big and the fancy activities. Sometimes it's just about takeout, a movie, laying on the couch, just talking, or falling asleep on each other.
Yeah, I remember one of our most memorable.
Or out.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't out. It was when we that day I took off work. I didn't do no work on a Monday, which I normally work Monday through Saturday.
Yes.
So I took off on a Monday and I said, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna touch the computer. Yeah. I'm gonna give you my undivided attention. I'm actually gonna lay in the bed with you.
Yes.
And we laid in the bed, we ordered takeout, and we just chilled all day.
Yes, we did. And I also, one of my most favorite moments is us about going to jail that day. We had so much peace. We about went to jail. We ordered that takeout. We ordered some chicken. Yeah. Yes, it was Chinese food. We ordered chicken and rice. Ended up with potatoes and rice. Boy, that really, when you're trying to go back and chill.
Yeah.
You want that chicken. Yeah, you don't want that, but that was my meat. So we almost went to jail. But anyway, it was really nice of you. I was so, I felt so grateful. Yeah. In that moment. It was just wonderful.
But little things like that really creates deep connection and it creates lasting memories in a relationship.
Yeah. And the peace that came with that was priceless. Now all this only works if you learn the next part. The part most couples struggle with.
Saying no is a love language.
And it's also step 3.
Yep. Step 3 is saying no is a love language. Why? Because saying no protects your peace.
Yeah. And the key is presenting a united front. Yeah. Talk in advance about what you're willing to do and what you're not. So have that conversation.
And then you might even want to create a simple script. Keep it short. Don't over explain.
Yeah, something like, thank you so much for the invite, but we're unavailable that day, or we appreciate it, but that don't work for our schedule. I remember one time, y'all, before I learned how to sew, I would volunteer so much of Lamont's time without even
partner volunteers you to come to a function, even do some at a function, and you the last one to know about it. She'd say, "Yeah, we'll be right there," and I'm looking like, "Will we?"
Yeah, but once we started saying no together, everything changed. We had less resentment and more rest. Let's give you some scripts you can actually use, because having scripts to use at that time will definitely help.
So these are real usable lines that you can say when somebody invites you something, and to get out of stuff without guilt.
Yeah. Those scheduled downtime in script 1. Thank you so much for thinking of us. We've already dedicated that day to rest, so we won't be able to make it.
Something else you can say, short and right to the point, is, we'd love to stop by, but we can't stay for long, maybe an hour.
Yeah, we call that the short appearance.
And do what you say. Only stay the time that you allocate to stay at the event.
Yeah.
And leave.
Yeah. So
and leave.
Yeah, that's like setting your boundaries. If you stay over what you told, then how much will you do it at the other event?
A lot of times one partner can get caught up in the moment. The other partner like, no, they built resentment because you did not stick to what y'all talked about.
Yeah.
Third script you can say is the full bandwidth.
Yep, and that's this week. It's completely full for us.
Completely.
So we got to pass. These keep you kind, but also firm. They clear, gentle, and honest. And that's the goal. Yeah. Now let's walk through a real scenario so you can hear how it sounds. You ready for this, Lamont?
I guess so.
Okay, so we're going to do a little role playing just to show you how it can be done.
Now imagine your friend invites you to a Christmas brunch 3 weeks early.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for inviting us. This means a lot. But that weekend is our dedicated couple time, and we really trying to honor that this season. But let's definitely plan to catch up after the holidays, though.
Yeah, we appreciate the invite so much. This year, we promise ourselves that we'll protect the rest of our time and our rest time. But we'd love to get together sometime soon afterwards.
You see how Lamont reinforced what I was saying? So we were in tune with each other. We were together with it. Yeah. And that was warm.
Yeah, united front. Yeah.
Yeah, the no is clear, the tone is loving, and the boundary stands. But there are events you can't say no to. So here's how to handle those.
Some family events that you can't say no to. So family events that you just gotta go.
We get it.
We get it.
Yeah. But you don't have to stay all night. That's the thing you gotta understand. You can set an end time before you get there.
Yeah. That's the best thing. A plan, because if you don't plan, then you plan to fail.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's one thing, something you can say. Hey y'all. Hey y'all, we're excited to be here, but we have to get out around 7:30 tonight because we gotta spend some time together.
Yep. Or you just, tell them you gotta head out by 7:30. Yeah. It ain't rude, it's responsible. It's actually self-care. My family, if you let them, you will be out there at midnight still talking in the driveway, even at 1 a.m. Okay. One year we left early, and the next morning I felt so rested.
You spending all the holidays that day, because if you spend too much time on that holiday that day, then you do be exhausted the next day, which would be your day, your time, and you tired. You don't feel like getting together. You feel like laying in the bed doing nothing. Your partner like, I thought we was gonna
do something. That might be the only time your partner get off of work.
And that's why it's so extensive that we spend time connecting with our partner during our off time, during the holidays, not spend so much time came to up everybody else who's not going to be in our relationship once
Yes.
the holiday's done.
Yes.
Because a lot of times you can get with your family, you can get with people outside of the holidays.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you do.
Yeah. So the holidays not necessarily. You can, some events, like I said, you can go, and some events you got to pass on because those are times when your partner, maybe that's the only time they have off is the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure you spend time with each other during those off times, the time when you can, when it's most valuable. And the holidays make a meaningful connection when you spend time with your partner.
Yeah, and set those boundaries for the times that you do go.
Yeah.
Be sure you set a boundary of leaving early if that's something that you and your partner want to do. So y'all can get some rest and have a good time the next day. That's dedicated for y'all. So, all right, visionaries, let's bring this one home.
So, here's what you need to remember.
Categorize every event, protect sacred couple time, and master the polite no.
When you do this, you reclaim your calendar.
You reclaim your energy. And you reclaim each other. Drop in the comments which holiday, let's say which holiday event that you most excited to say no to this year. Yeah. You thought I was gonna say something else, then you what this year?
All of
you.
Nah. Hey, here's the thing, guys. We love you, visionaries.
Yeah.
Have a peaceful, connected holiday.
And remember, love is not just something you feel, it's something you fight to protect. And may that help you get through these holiday events, loving with your partner, connected.
And end of the year on a good note, man.
Yes.
Because ain't nothing like the last couple of weeks of the year that we get in conflict. Mm-hmm. So end the year on a good note. Have a peaceful holiday. Have a wonderful rest of the week.
Yeah, and they had vision, and together they built the life that they love. Go build.
In the city lights, we shine so bright. Tonya and Lamont, we're in the limelight, sharing stories on our podcast every night. Spreading love and soul, our words take flight. Talking about love, we keep it real and raw. Through the ups and downs, we stand tall. Our voices blend like a sweet harmony, touching hearts, creating unity. Dive deep into emotions, no filter inside. Tonya's honesty, Lamont's soulful insight. Exploring love's highs and lows. It's our mission, connecting souls to heartfelt conversation.